I don't have a problem, guys. I can stop whenever I want to. You know it, you love it. It's time for a figure pre-order roundup. I am going to mention the one that is already on the way that was supposed to come in November but will come in December, and I'll probably just do a short of it. And for the other stuff that are coming in December, we'll see when they charge me. So without further ado, let's get started. First figure on the chopping block will be this gorgeous Archan Gothic Lolita version illustrated by Momoko, and it's a 1/7 scale. She has already been shipped out to me. I'm just going to have to wait another 2 or 1 week before it arrives here. And what can I say, she is a really beautiful figure, and I love all the details and all the cute bears. She'll look really great next to my Red Riding Hood that I got last year, I think. She also looks really nice, and she'll look absolutely stunning next to my Wolf Children figure. It was my very first figure that I ever bought, my most expensive figure that I ever bought, but do I have any complaints about it? No, it's stunning, and if I had to buy her again for twice the price, I would, because they're just too cute. She did release in November, but she isn't going to be here until December, which is alright by me, since December is a really heavy hitter. The reason being is because I have 6 things that are going to be coming. Now, it's not all figures, only 4 of the items are figure related, but still it's quite a few things. I'm going to talk about all of them, even though it's not specifically figures, but it's pre-order roundup. You know, it doesn't matter what I pre-order as long. So we'll start off by talking about a set of figures, which is the Katie Cole Bungo Stray Dogs Osamu Dazai Original Series age 15 version 1/7 scale, and the accompanying figure of Chuya Nakahara. Now, as much as I like these two, and I'm definitely going to display them together with another set of figures that I'm going to talk about in just a few minutes, I don't really like how Chuya ended up. And what I mean by that is I've seen the original illustration of how both of them look, and I saw that in there Chuya, he has kind of like a deeper scowl than what his actual figure portrays, or at least in the promo photos it shows him with like a less of a scowl. He doesn't look angry, he just kind of looks, you know, disinterested in what's happening, which out of context is fine if you haven't watched the show. But if you know the show, that you know that even back then when Dazai and Chuya knew each other when they were 15 years old, Chuya absolutely hated his guts. So him having to stand beside him while Dazai is showing his usual smug expression is obviously going to piss him off. So I don't know. I'm hoping that when they do arrive, he's going to look better. He's going to have a deeper scowl than what he shows in the picture. So that I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, that that's how he's going to look like when he finally arrives. Since we're still on the Bungo Stray Dog train, we're gonna go on talking about the figures that I mentioned earlier that I was going to put together with the 1/7 scale, and these are the Chibi figure Bungo Stray Dogs 1 Osamu Dazai and Chuya Nakahara 14-year-old versions. As soon as I saw them, I knew they would look absolutely adorable next to the 1/7 scale, which are super serious, super dark looking, you know, and then just like underneath them you see these tiny little versions of themselves just like scowling and angry and being irritated. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is that when they do arrive, they'll be too big to fit on the bases, and their bases are huge. They're like really big. That's the one thing I'm also worried about, that I won't have any proper space for them. But the other thing I'm worried about is I want to put them right in between them, like when the big gap is between their bases, I want to slap them right on top of there. And I'm worried that they'll be the same size as like an android, so they'll be a bit too big to fit there. I can probably put them like just in front if they don't fit in between them, but then I don't know, it might look a bit awkward. I'm not gonna try to worry about it too much for now since they're not here yet. When they arrive, I'll deal with the issue. Okay, but enough about Bungo Stray Dogs. We're gonna continue on to some mushrooms, and the next thing that I have pre-ordered for December is Mushroom Girl Series number 4 Shaggy Ink Cap 1-to-1 figures. Now, I don't know what your opinion is about the Mushroom Girl series, but for me, I think they all are really cute. But in my biased opinion, I would still believe that the first Mushroom Girl that they came out with, the like poisonous mushroom that I have in my collection, is probably the best one. I have seen the other designs for the other Mushroom Girls, and they're good, they're really good. And of course, the ink cap is also really good, but still, I feel like nothing can really truly surpass the first one, and then the one that they still have just illustration of. But that's about it for the figures that are part of the December order, and the other 2 things that I have ordered is a Petite Sample Burger Shop R&M 8-pack, and then I also have is Star Rail Chibi Character Plush Donghan Embodied Lune. I'm going to be making a separate video on the Petite Burger Shop, and also going to include the burger shop that Sylvania Families came out with a couple of years ago, so I hope you're all looking forward to that video. As for the plushie of Embodied Lune or Donghung is, I got it because I also got the scale figure, the complete scale figure of him, which I'm kind of on edge whether I should keep or not because of certain issues. Like, not issues I have with the scale figure, but just like with spacing issue. I really should have thought about it before I pre-ordered him. Because, you know, who doesn't want a cute little plushie of a giant, massive scale figure that you have in your room? So that's December done with. Now we're going to roll over into the new year of our Lord 2025 and start off with Guilty and Punish illustration by Anoa No, 1/7 completed figure. I'm really sorry if I said that name wrong. I don't know if that's the right way to pronounce it. Now, I don't know if you would categorize this as a kind of a lewd, not safe for work figure, but I categorize it as that because I don't know if you've seen some of my shorts, or maybe I'll make a full figure collection video one day, but all of my figures are pretty cutesy, very demure, very innocent, very child friendly, you know? And I kept it like that because I still live with my parents, so I didn't want them one day when I was downstairs picking up my package to suddenly see this half-naked chick or dude in my box and wonder what the hell happened to me. I need Jesus in my life or something like that. So I was very careful on what sort of figures I pre-ordered when I still live with them, but now that I moved out of the house, I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff anymore. So with no hesitation, I put her in my cart because I love her design, and also I'm a sucker for really smug, cocky faces. I don't know what it is about them, but I'm an absolute sucker for them. Anytime I see a character who's super smug or cocky and does like the cheeky expression on their face like this figure has, I'm like, you're my favorite character now. And it kind of sucks that the figure that she goes with, I don't even with Guilty, because this figure is called Punishment, so I'm assuming the figure that goes with her is called Guilty. Guilty looks bad. I don't know if it's the face or the body proportions that really put me off, or the fact that she's kind of right up in her chest if you put them together. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just that Punish has such an interesting base, such interesting accessories to her, and such a cheeky expression that she has a lot of personality. Like, you can tell what kind of person she is just by looking at her. As for Guilty though, like, what's her stick? Is her stick that she's just like a really busty girl? Is that it? Like, even her face is really plain. Like, everything about her is really plain. Like, there's nothing interesting about her, which it makes me really sad, because if there was a more interesting pairing with Punish, then I would have gotten both of them, so she has something to complement her. But even as a set, they don't look right. They don't look like they're part of the same set. Like, something else is supposed to be with the opposite figure, so I don't know. Am I just being weird? I think I'm just being weird, so I'm just gonna move away from Guilty and Punishment and go on to the other things that are coming with her, which is a bit more cutesy, which is and I'm sorry if I'm butchering the name again, Piapro Characters Living Together plush, Kagami Rin and Kagami Len, of course. Like I mentioned in my last figure unboxing, is I want to make a shrine dedicated to Rin and Len. So of course one of the things you have to have in a shrine is plushies. And those are the only 3 things that are coming January, so we'll move on to February. And I only have 2 things pre-ordered, but they're quite expensive. One of them I can understand why it's expensive. For the other one, I don't understand why it's so pricey. Like, it's a cute figure, but I don't understand why it's so pricey. And that is Girls Frontline G11 Mind Eraser 1/7 scale. Now this figure is everything I could ever ask for. It's really cozy. The girl is really sleepy. I don't know anything about Girls Frontline, and I usually have a rule that unless it's a original character, I don't buy figures that are part of a game or series that I haven't watched or even heard about. And I have heard about Girls Frontline, but I haven't played it or consumed any media associated with it. So at first I was kind of hesitant on getting it, but at the end I looked at it and I'm like, listen, you're really cute. You're like spirit animal. If I had a spirit animal, this is what it would look like. So I'm just gonna put you on my card. And for a 1/7 scale, she is really expensive. She is 27,000 yen, which is $184, which is quite pricey for a 1/7 scale, because if you compare this figure to the 2 scale figures of Dazai and Chuya that are only 17,000 yen, which is $120, it's like a $60 difference for the same figure, and it's not like her base is anything elaborate. It's a very simple base. I guess maybe the hair sculpting can kinda atone for the pricing, but I can't be 100% sure about it until I physically have her in my hands to tell you if she's worth the price or not. And if not, I think most girl frontline figures go down in price in the aftermarket anyway, so if you want to snag her then you probably can. And I probably should have done that myself, but too late now, I guess. And the other figure that I'll have coming with her is Burger Fairy's Yellow Deluxe Edition completed figure. And this figure was manufactured by We Do Art. They released quite a few figures alongside this one. There was a Black's Deluxe Edition of the Burger Fairies, and I was contemplating whether I should get that one or not, but overall I like the yellow version a bit better, so I decided just to go for that one. And they also released, I think, a crab tempura bento figure as well, and along with some small sushi figures, which are also really cute. And I've thought about getting them, but at the end I didn't want to because that would be going overboard. I say that as I'm about to mention that I looked into their other figures, and by God, they have so many pretty figures, I can't even. And they have this cute little collection called Cans of Curiosity, which are little tin cans that are slightly opened, and inside of them are different mythological creatures. Like they have a kappa, a mermaid, octopus, a monster, and then they also collaborated with Godzilla and aliens, which I found really cute. And now that I saw them, I really badly want the Cans of Curiosity, at least the first 3 ones, like the kappa, mermaid, and squid octopus character. And on top of that, they also have other figures that I really want, which I already am on the hunt for, which is really bad, which I shouldn't be doing it, but they're too cute and they have such nice detail to them. It'll be a shame if I didn't try to collect all of them. So maybe in the future you'll see an all We Do Arts unboxing video. Who knows? I'm gonna stop talking now just before I go into an even deeper rant about We Do Art and move on to the next pre-orders. I don't have anything pre-ordered for March, so we're gonna skip to April. And for April we have the Tea Time Cat Scene, Meowtown, Bread House, Clark, and Customer Set complete figure. Now I have seen all of the Tea Time Cats that have come out in recent years, and I really wanted to get like the first one, the Earl Grey one, the one that had the little tin can that you can actually put tea inside of, and a few of the other ones I also saw, but I never got them. I don't know why. I think I had one pre-order, but then I canceled that pre-order for whatever reasons, but I'm happy I did, so that means I can have these two, which is really cute, because not only do they come with the figures, they also come with the little display case for the bread, a little bag, a little sign. It's really cute. It's so cute. Swiftly moving past that, we're gonna go on to May, and in May I just have 2 things, one Android and one figure, and the Android is Genshin Impact Zhongli. Now back in 2020 when I got back into Genshin Impact, I was, just kind of doing whatever I wanted, and then as I continued playing I realized I can't dodge for shit. I just can't dodge. I'm really bad at dodging. Most people in my situation just learn how to dodge, but I'm too lazy to do that. So what I wanted to do is, as soon as Zhongli got a rerun banner, I was like, okay Zhongli, get on my team. And ever since I got him, he has not left my team. He is the first slot on my team, and he has not moved there since I got him. So naturally, when they announced they were going to make an Android of him, I was like, of course, why not? My grandpa has been with me through thick and thin. I have the physical version of him to remember him by. And the scale figure that's going to come with him is Witch Hat Atelier Coco 1/8 completed figure. Now, I haven't read the manga, and as you remember earlier in the video, I said that I don't buy merchandise from shows or video games I haven't played or watched. But I wanted to read the manga, not because I wanted the figure. The figure is very nice, and I'm really happy to see that it got a re-release, because the figure became really popular on its initial release. So and the aftermarket for it is quite steep, so anybody who got it originally is probably really happy with it, and then people who really wanted it but didn't want to pay aftermarket prices for her are also probably happy that she got a re-release. As for myself, I was kind of hoping that by the time it releases in May that I'm going to already read the manga. As it stands, I probably won't be able to read the physical copies of it, but I could probably find somewhere online to read it, to read the story, and then like kind of have a justification for why I have the figure. Moving on to June, I have two figures that are gonna be super adorable and I'm planning to put on my desk, and that is the Xiao Maoji CP30 Memorial version completed figure and the Cthulhu Meowthulu Pajamas Party completed figure. I've already seen the Cthulhu figure a couple of times on Instagram, and I was hoping maybe Ami Ami will also get her, and I thought they would, but it was getting really late and I didn't want to miss the pre-order window for her, so I went to, I think, either Sugoi or Surigaya or one of the other websites where you can get figures that are Chinese exclusive. I was going to buy her off of one of those websites, but at the end I was like, nah, I don't really need her. I think I'm alright without her. And then as I'm scrolling through Instagram again one day, I see that she's up on Ami Ami. I'm like, I lied to myself. I need her in my life. As for the Maoji figure, it's a cute little cat. I like cats. I own cats. She's has a drawing tablet. I'm practicing my drawing. I'm planning to get a tablet exclusively for drawing. So I thought, I can have her on my desk and I can, every time I feel like I want to die, I can look at her and she can inspire me to continue pushing through it. Moving on to the last few months where I have stuff pre-ordered, and in July I only have one figure pre-ordered, and that's the Azura Lane Botch Anniversary Illustration version with plushie set. Now this figure I'm also kind of iffy about because of how it looks like, but the other botch figure is not that much better. I think the problem I have with her is that she's portrayed as a child, and I'm sure she is a child, so I don't understand why they have her in all these give her all these suggestive expressions and outfits that she's in. But like I said earlier, I'm a really big sucker for like the smug expressions, and one of her face plays that she has with this set is a really smug expression. And so I'm going back and forth between myself, like if I should keep her or if I should not keep her, just because of what she portrays and like the whole theme of her figure. The plushie itself, like they don't have like a physical image of it, they just have the prototype pictures of just like the outline of what it's supposed to look like, and the plushie itself, it looks fine, it looks nice, it doesn't look bad. I think the problem with the figure itself is that it has milk or like heavy cream spilled on the floor and on her, and yeah, I think we all know where this is going. So for now I'm going to keep her, and then maybe when I get her physically, I might think of just like reselling her to somebody. As for the plushie, if it depends on how it comes out, I might keep the plushie for myself, but like for the figure, I most likely will like sell it off later or just cancel it before it comes. Alright, we're almost done with the pre-order list, so I don't have anything in August, so we'll just move on to September. And in September, I have pre-ordered just one figure, the Neutral Cloud V 1/7 scale completed figure. As far as I can remember, she is an original character, and I really enjoy her design. She kind of reminds me of the Toga figure that came out, I think, last year, where she's sitting on a pile of teddy bears, and there's spikes coming out, and there's chains, and she has her signature expression. And I was tempted to pre-order the figure when it went up for pre-order, but I'm not the biggest fan of My Hero, and I haven't watched enough of Toga to consider her a character that I enjoy particularly, so I just let it be. As for this figure, I just enjoyed the overall concept and all the little details they added into it, so that's why I have her in my pre-order list. So that's September done, and it's very dry afterwards. I have nothing in October or November. In December, I only have one figure pre-ordered, and that is the Mushroom Girls series number 3, Plutonius citropetilius. I'm sorry if I completely butchered that mushroom's name. I really like that she looks like she is just off to start a new life somewhere else away from the home she always knew. She has her little suitcase and it has all these different stickers on it, and it has all the different mushrooms surrounding her. It has a lot of elements to it, but it doesn't look busy at all. It actually looks very nice and it really complements each other. And here I'm going to put the last free figures that I completely forgot that I pre-ordered. It's not that I forgot that I pre-ordered them, it's just that I got them off of a different website that isn't AmiAmi, where they usually tell you when the figure will be released, and here they don't show, or at least I don't remember them showing, so I'll just put them here at the end. I'm gonna start off with a set of figures, which is the Kagami Len and Kagami Ren Street Fashion 1/7 scale. There was 3 other Vocaloids who also got released with the Street Fashion series from Hobby Max, but I just wanted Rin and Len. But they weren't being put up on AmiAmi, so I went to Sugoi Toys to buy them off of there. And last but not least, we got the Slow Damage Toa 1/6 scale by SkyTube. This is another case where I don't know what this is, other than Slow Damage is a BL visual novel, and it's quite graphic from what I've read. The main thing that appeals to me about the figure is the gore aspect of it, because I may not look like it, but I do enjoy myself a little bit of gore here and there, which is why I was very excited when I heard that Miku is getting a re-release of the Parasite figure, and I absolutely love how good she looks, so I'm really excited to get her once she is put up for pre-order. But as for Toa, I don't know how to feel about him. Like, literally the only thing I like about him is that the gore element to him, like he's badly wounded, the blood bag that he has, the IV. That's about it. I don't really like anything else about him, and I definitely don't care about him as a character because I haven't read or played Slow Damage, so I don't know, he might most likely will be on the chopping block for cancellation. And that's everything I have pre-ordered for this year and next year. It's not that much because I am very picky on what figures I just choose to buy and not buy, but I hope you all enjoyed listening to me rant about what I like about the figures, what I'm iffy about for some figures, and why I'm thinking about cancelling them, and also seeing which figures I did cancel in the end. So once again, thank you so much for watching, and as always, Lucky out.